We have also organised winter survival days, spring health and wellbeing days, and a big picnic in Botanic Park. And we're developing a growing project with space to grow fruit, vegetables and flowers that you can use at home. Now, it says for more information, contact Maria Barrington on 0151 264 8500 or the healing space at btconnect.com.
Okay, and lastly, there's a vintage fair again, this is Saturday, so you've got a choice. You could go to this first, and then you could go to the wedding show in town. So this is in Waterloo, Old Christ Church, 28th September, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's clothing, jewellery, bric-a-brac, books, furniture and electrical. There's a retro cafe, upcycled products, vintage cars and bikes, an ice cream bike and much more. You can book a stall there. Single is £10, maxi is £18, and it's run by Justice. The entrance fee for those wanting to visit is £2, including a car raffle ticket. Presumably they're raffling a car.
Interesting.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to a car boot sale where they actually had you could buy the car with the boot, which is...
Oh, lovely. Right, and kids with parents are free. So, that's Vintage Fair, Waterloo, Old Christ Church, 28th of September, which is this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you want to get in touch to, say, book a stall, it's 0151 949 1505. I'll repeat that. 0151 949 1505. So that's the end of the community readouts for today. And I can see our next guest is in the other room. So should we have a bit more music and
okay.
And then we'll bring him in.
All right. So
because
Connie Lush, Send Me No Flowers.
Give me the money.
My name's Joe Anderson. I'm the elected Mayor of Liverpool and I listen to LCR. LCR is Liverpool's community radio, where the words matter the most.
The views of presenters and guests on LCR, Liverpool Community Radio, are not necessarily representative of LCR, its directors or funders.
Now, welcome back. This is Dave Knight. You're listening to The Big Lunch at Liverpool Community Radio with me and Brenda McGrath. And that was... which one was it? That was Connie Lush and Send Me No Flowers. I've not heard that one before. Anyway, yeah, we only play non-copyright music, usually from local bands. And so, on to our next guest.
Okay, in the studio today we've got Barry Kushner. Now, is it Kushner? No. Or
no.
Kushner?
No.
Kushner,
No.
yeah. Barry Kushner. Who's
no cuts.
Barry's got several hats on today because he's a councillor in Norris Green, which is the constituency where I live. So we get to see quite a bit, Barry, don't we, really? And he's also an author of a book which is very well thought of, called Who Needs the Cut? So it's quite political. It's a book that tries to address the fact that austerity as being put over by this government is not necessarily the right way to go. And you've also done a bit of acting as well.
I have, yeah.
Tell us about the sexy bits. Tell about the acting.
The acting. Well, I was in Kazakhstan. As you do. I'd taken a year out of work. I was working in Queen's Road in Bootle at the time, so I went to Kazakhstan, which is a bit long story, but anyway, I ended up there. And I was staying with a guy who was a director of photography for the local film studio. So while I was there, they ended up looking for a foreigner who would play this role of a foreign journalist, of course, in the middle of the war in Afghanistan. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and landed the part. I spent the rest of my year there filming, and actually, it was the lead role in the film in the end, actually. So it was great.
So did you negotiate a good fee?
I got off the top. I have to think back now. I think I got 10,000 rubles. Which started off
in a wheelbarrow, probably.
Well, it started off at the beginning at that worked out at about $1,000, I think. Yeah. And as the ruble devalued over the 9 months of the filming, it was worth about $40 at the end of it. And then I got a daily allowance of, I think, 200 rubles or something. It was enough to get lunch and
like subsistence.
Buy a big melon.
But and also you had to get blown up for that, didn't you? Because the posters I've seen are you sort of like in stark outline against like a red bomb background.
Well, I ended up having to shoot myself. That was the. But it was a great experience.
Well, let's go on to more serious things. So we're sort of really from front to back, if you bet. So you're councillor in Norris Green now,
yeah,
which is West Derby area of Liverpool. How are you finding that? I mean, is that something you always wanted to do?
I've sort of thought on and off really about being more involved politically, and I think what really turned it for me was the election of the coalition government in 2010. I think I felt that we were going to get a repeat, if not worse, than what happened in the 1980s, and I wanted to feel as though I could do something to lessen the impact of what the government was going to do on vulnerable people and
how are you finding it there? I mean, it must be quite difficult in Norris Green. There's a lot. I would imagine quite a lot of poverty there, is there? I mean, there's a lot of people unemployed. It's
one of the poorest areas of the city. It's, child poverty is about 40. Well, they say 45% of children living in poverty. It's got 3,500 households of the sort of 10,000 or so that are the social housing. 1,000 of those households having to pay the bedroom tax. So
yeah.
It's there's
a lot of problems which have been exacerbated by these policies.
Yeah, and I think the main I think the main problem really for Norris Green is that it's been neglected for such a long time. So I think it's lost a lot of facilities, a lot of resources. People have lost.
Even local pubs have gone, haven't they?
So yeah,
it's a bit of a desert wasteland around there, isn't it?
Yeah, and shops have gone, and people have lost sort of the impetus, and that they've been resigned to the way that it is. It's suffered reputationally from the shootings there 6-7 years ago, and I think so. All of that has an impact on the community.
Okay.
Well, it's had a bad reputation for quite some time, hasn't it?
It has, but I don't live too far away from there. When you drive through it, like all these places, Highton used to be the same. You don't see it from the main roads.
No.
It looks good, it looks okay.
Yeah,
it doesn't look run down. You haven't got mattresses
right.
or burnt out cars. The main roads are still very well kept by the council. And I think it's when you go into the hinterland of it, into the roads, that then you'll start to see what's happening. But it's like most parts of Liverpool. I'd hate to give the impression that it's like, a big dumping bomb site. It's not like that, is it?
No, it's not at all. And I think
it's hidden.
But I think it's suffered unfairly for reputation. Yeah. For whatever reason, there's a lot of shootings taking place right across the city, and on Merseyside at the moment, and have been for the last probably 2 years particularly. But as soon as there's one in Norris Green, it kind of
it does raise its head.
Referred to then the shooting, the Smigger, the Nogsy crew, and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's a bit unfair, really.
And really, it's only. It's very serious. The people living there, but it's only relatively a handful of young boys, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're not talking about big street gangs with bandanas on, Uzis. We're talking about relatively young boys on bikes.
Well, this.
The only thing is they're armed. They do get hold of guns these days, don't they?
Well, there's a small criminal element, but it has a big impact. And I think what we're trying to do is to put that confidence and resilience back into the community, take over public spaces. So we're using the parks a lot for various community activities and supporting community groups get off the ground. And try and be much more positive and proactive, and people in the area are, and organisations are.
What people, I'm sure, do understand is that these children or these young criminals are somebody's children, and probably everybody knows them.
Yeah.
So, a bit of a problem, that, isn't it? It's not like as if they're going to try and get them out of the community. It's very difficult, isn't it? You're dealing with an enemy within, aren't you?
Well, I think you're dealing. I think. And I sort of describe some of this as grooming, and I think you get some of the older men actually grooming young people into criminal activity.
Is that a lot of drug related stuff then?
I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what's the root of everything. There are drugs issues there, obviously, but
it's just a way of life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for a small group, that's a life choice, isn't it?
It used to be quite a nice close-knit neighbourhood, that too.
It was built in the 30s, as like Dovecot was, like Speak Garston was, and they were wonderful estates.
But it is, and really it still is. I think the 99.9%